Corey Erdman and Morgan Campbell here with you in the Fight Network studios. And this weekend, we finally get to see Sergey Kovalev take on the big, rugged, Quebec-based light heavyweight. Oh, it's not Adonis Stevens. Sorry. It's Jean Pascal for a second time. Morgan, this has been aptly named by a bunch of people in the boxing industry as the rematch that nobody really wanted to see.
Yeah, and I don't know how it happened. Jean Pascal wanted this rematch. He asked for it, and it happened. I didn't realize he was that powerful. Unless it was a rematch that Kovalev wanted that looked. All these fights are challenging, but looks riskier than he thinks it is. In order to stay active, like a high-level stay active fight until an Andre Ward fight materializes or an Adonis Stevenson fight materializes.
I think that's exactly what this is, and I think of the high-level stay active fights that he could possibly take and that could actually be made, again, considering the guys who are on his side of the promotional divide, would he rather fight a Sullivan Barrera? Probably not. And then Sullivan Barrera's holding out for the Andre Ward payday as well. So instead, you face a guy in Pascal who, if you're Sergey Kovalev in your main events, you already know that you're capable of beating him. Yep. You probably will beat him. But he is also the most profitable of any of those names because you get to go on the road where Pascal will sell all the tickets. Yes. You don't have to do any of the legwork. You just need the TV deal. Pascal does all the promotional work, looks good on television. You probably get another victory. From a managerial perspective, I absolutely understand why Kovalev would take this fight.
Yes, and I think the other unanswered question going into this fight is how Pascal looks in his first fight with Freddie Roach. Because the last time who was Pascal's trainer before?
He was with Mark Ramsey.
Yes, and the last time we saw Pascal, he was fighting Yunieski Gonzalez and not looking very good. Like, I thought he was really lucky to get away with that decision because I thought Gonzalez won that fight. And subsequently, we've seen Gonzalez look really average. Oh yeah. We saw him lose in Verona. So
Shabransky, yeah.
Right. So what does that really say now about what Jean Pascal has left in the tank? Because Jean Pascal, is still physically really imposing, but he's been fighting a long time and he's been in some tough fights. Remember that fight with Carl Froch where he dislocated his shoulder and they popped the shoulder back in and then he kept going. Like, this is a tough guy. This is a really tough guy, but as we've discussed before, maybe to his detriment, and might have more mileage on him than folks really realize.
Usually when people ask, okay, what can this new trainer do for a guy in his first fight with him? My answer is usually probably next to nothing.
Right.
If you take a very established guy like a Pascal and put him with a Freddie Roach, who's also set in his ways, usually nothing happens. There's not much of a change. But I do wonder, because of how unusual and drastically different Pascal's style is from almost anyone else in the sport of boxing.
Yes.
What is Freddie Roach going to do with that? Will he be able to harness Pascal and get him to change that and look like the Pascal that we saw when he was in the amateurs?
Yeah.
The guy who would stand there with you, who had blazing fast hand speed and was very much a pure boxer in the very traditional sense. Can he get him back to that for even a period of time in this fight, or is he still going to be the same awkward ambush fighter?
Right, and can he change it in ways that allow Pascal to remain confident in the changes? Because as Charles Martin was saying in the film, the segment we just recorded, fatigue. What did you say? Fatigue can make a coward out of a tough guy. Now, there's not much that can make a coward out of Jean Pascal. No. The guy is tough, but when fatigue sets in, or when self-doubt set in, because whatever Freddie Roach has taught him, if it doesn't work well right off the bat and he's starting to get hit, does he stick to the game plan, stick to the new process, or does he fall back into the old process and the old patterns that he was trying to change? What happens once you get tired? What happens once you get hit?
I will be interested to see how much the broadcast team on HBO will actually try to sell this fight. Will they sell this as a competitive fight?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because Pascal is also with Freddie Roach. Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
Because the other way to sell it is, okay, Kovalev needs this win if he wants to fight Andre Ward, which we've been promising you guys since midway through last year.
Right.
How much is that going to come up on the broadcast?
That I don't know. But we do know that they're going to build up, because they love Freddie Roach. They're going to build up Pascal and if they're trying to build up Kovalev too, they're going to tell you that Freddie Roach has made Pascal into this wrecking machine. We might get some sparring session tall tales. We might get some. He was knocking out heavyweights in sparring, 2 of them in sequence and at the same time. So that way, when Kovalev beats him, they say, well, this is even that much more of an accomplishment because Freddie Roach made Jean Pascal into Superman. No offense to Adonis Stevenson, and here's Kovalev beating him again. Everyone fear Sergey.
Well, if it's half as exciting as the first fight was, it will still be worth your while.
Well, that's the other thing, right? Because all things, like whether or not you think it's a super competitive matchup, if it's entertaining, people will forgive a lot.
It all goes down at the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, live on HBO this Saturday night.